What's up, everybody? It's Kyron, your Mr. Monday. Whoa, Monday? Gosh, Monday? It's rather crazy, but I'm so glad to be your Monday guy now. I'm very proud. What had happened was basically Kaden and I had to change positions because of work and everything, and I was like, I'll do it if anybody needs me to. No objections. Bam! Monday. All right, so hey everybody, welcome to your Monday spot with Kyron on Transpoc, POC, and today we are so today we will be bringing up Joel's topic, which is what does it mean to transition and how does that relate to patriarchy and class privilege. And I wanted to thank him for being our Sunday guy, opening up the week for us. And I thought reviewing his video a few times because I was like, man, this is something. I gotta use my brain a little bit. But I like thinking. I like to think. So I wanted to thank him for being featured on our Sunday spot, for setting the topic and the tone for us this week. And I had to take notes. Usually I do these videos so impromptu, so it's kind of like, dang, I had to really think about this. And I was very happy to really do this topic because it is an issue with trans men in the community and people who identify under the trans umbrella. So for us to talk about this, it will definitely spread our views out, get some feedback from people who aren't your typical man, or trans man for that matter, and open our minds and our eyes up to the differences under the trans umbrella. So I'm very excited to go into this. So the topic is, what does it mean to transition and how does that relate to patriarchy and class privilege? So my explanation of transitioning is that one may undergo a physical, mental, and or emotional change to adapt to the desired gender that one may find comfort in being. For example, for myself, I felt comfortable in being a man, and in turn of going through those changes, like I began to wear male's clothing. I wouldn't say I have a masculine hairstyle because both people who identify under the masculine spectrum and those who identify under the feminine spectrum both wear dreads or locks. I apologize. We talked about that. Locks. And attitude, presentation of themselves. So that's my idea of transitioning. I apologize. And to me, that relates to patriarchy because as being a trans man, when you think of like patriarchy or being the ideal patriarch of a community, of a family unit, or whatever you represent, you think of somebody who's like an alpha male, who's like big, strong, masculine, like a muscular Adonis, one who's a warrior, one who's more act first and think later than think first and then act. And that can be a problem to a lot of those who identify as trans men under the genderqueer spectrum and under the trans umbrella in general. And I think that is a problem because that does not define a man. To me, if you're going to be a man or a woman or whatever you want to be, confidence is key. To me, you do not need to be on T. You don't need to bind. You don't need to have facial hair. You don't need any of that to define your manhood. And it seems like there's a lot of bashing in our community, like me saying to another brother, oh, you're not on T, you're not a man. No, you're as manly as you want to be, T does not define that. just because you don't bind, or people can say to me because I don't bind, that, oh, you're not a guy because you don't bind, you don't pack, and you don't replicate the ideal man or patriarch figure towards masculinity. And me, I'll be like, well, who are you to define who the hell I am? Exactly. So I would like my viewers, those who aren't on T or who are questioning T, who don't bind, who don't even dress in masculine clothing, who go under the more androgynous figure, to not feel as though they're less of a man because of who they represent themselves to be. It's all in the eyes of how you see yourself. And in my eyes and how I identify, I'm not the most masculine, exert all this masculinity and testosterone and things like that. Like, I don't need to lift weights to be a man. I don't need to degrade women in a masculine setting to be a man, like, the craziest thing about me, and which people question, like, they probably question if I'm gay, is because I hang around a lot of women. A lot of my friends are females, but that doesn't change who I am as a man. I just like to hang with them because they're my friends. They've been my friends since before T, and they're going to continue to be my friends, to be people I be around after my transition or whatever. So, and that brings up the next topic, is class privilege. And the question that came to mind as I was reviewing Joel's video is, does economic position define manhood? And there's a lot of things that do come into play with that, but due to the access of being able to purchase a binder, being able to afford to be on T, being able to purchase a packer, STP, things like that. And from a societal point of view, it does, unfortunately. Economic class, economic position will define who you are as a man, based on people who view the average man. So if you cannot afford a binder and you can't bind your chest, or you bind your chest with like ace bandages or something because that's cheaper, of course, one may think that, oh, you're less of a man. Another trans man may think another trans man is less of a man because they don't bind and things like that. And they're not aware of someone's economic disposition. It's already hard enough for people in the LGBTQIA community to find jobs and not get discriminated on because of that. And that's actually something that I want to bring up. This past Monday, I think I talked about it on my Thursday video, but I was able to walk in the Labor Day parade in Pittsburgh, and that's actually one of the second biggest Labor Day parade in the entire country of the United States. And due to the there are a lot of labor unions in Pittsburgh, and I was able to march with the Delta Foundation and SEIU local unions in the area, to promote that discrimination needs to be beaten, as far as race, gender identity, sexual orientation, things like that, sexual representation, gender representation, a plethora of different things. So with that, it's like with employers constantly shutting down our brothers and sisters that identify under the LGBTQIA community because of their sexual orientation, because of their gender representation, it causes issues for us to have access to things like healthcare for transitional purposes if they want to go on T or if they want to go on estrogen, and to be able to purchase those things that make us feel whole as a person. So it's an issue. It's definitely an issue to not have enough money. And it hurts. It hurts to know that people are judging, brothers are judging brothers, sisters are judging sisters, instead of being advocates and being help for those brothers and sisters out there. And of course, I talked about class in as far as the as far as the Pride thing in Pittsburgh a couple weeks ago. So do check that video out for me to go further into class, especially in the Pittsburgh area. But at the bottom line, it comes down to, as far as myself, what makes a man a man. And I want all my brothers out there who are going or questioning transitioning, who are going through their transition, or who decides not to go on hormones and who decides not to go on hormones and things like that, that a man is this is your heart. And if you're a man at heart, then you're a man. It doesn't matter how well you bond, how well you pass, anything like that. Take pride and stride as the man that you are. And that's pretty much it. And one of the things I did want to bring up in this whole conversation is our disconnect from our masculine identified studs, butch, AG, all that. The disconnect of, because we decide to denounce our femininity, that there's a lot of hate and everything. It's too much hate, and I hate it. I hate it so much. I've experienced that, and I feel as though to be defined as a man in your eyes, or identify under the trans spectrum, there is no particular gender towards that. So the bottom line to this, and I know this is such a serious video, and I'm going on like 12 minutes, is to be who you are, be who you want to be who you see in the mirror. Don't let society, don't let your friends, your family, strangers define your manhood. And of course, it's easier said than done, but when you have a community of people who understand, then it can be done. People in your community who can empower you to be who you are, then it can be done. So don't give up on faith. Don't lose your vision of who you want to be in life at any time, no matter if it be a job, your own self-identity, your personal life, professional, educational, whatever. Don't let that stop you from being who you are. And of course, there is a lack of resources to obtain that, but this is what Trans POC is about, to build awareness that those resources are needed, those outlets are needed for our guys out there. So I guess I'm gonna cut it here because I'm going on 13 minutes, and I truly apologize for such a long video, but there's so much that can be talked about in this. So I hope the other guys will follow up well. Once again, everybody, I'm going to thank you for tuning in to Mondays with Kyron, your Mr. Monday. I can't really do my hair grease thing because I just retwisted my hair, so I'm going to look pretty. If I have any followers, I know Neo's in Atlanta, but he's actually in Miami right now, so I know he's getting his surgery soon. So, bro, I wish you the best of luck. I'm sorry I can't see you in Atlanta, but I'll be in Atlanta Tuesday, Wednesday. Shoot me a message on the site, whatever. I would love to meet some new viewers and everything. And alright, I'm going on 14 minutes. I'm gonna make chocolate chip muffins now. I would like to share them with everybody. But you know how I roll. Thank you for tuning in to Monday. Peace, love, Gumby shirt, hair grease.